Well, hello there, listener. My name is Matthew Renfro, host of The Fro Show, and you're listening to another great Four-Eyed Radio product. For more shows, check out foureyedradio.com.
Hey listeners, Eric here, also known as Trekkie B47, from the Starfleet Escape podcast and the Ranger Command Power Hour. The more phenomenal episode you're about to listen to is brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
There's a thunderstorm a-brewing, and the day is turning gray. And there ain't much to say about the weather. Say the shower stall is leaking, and the ceiling's falling in, and I'm getting 20 bills to every letter. Whoa. I've got to move myself out to the country. I'm looking out for any place at all. I'm gonna spend another fall in Philadelphia. I'm gonna spend another fall in Philadelphia. Say roving man, the view's beat up on Johnny. Everybody's getting richer, selling that dough.
Buongiorno.
Out there selling that dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot has changed. A couple years later.
Little Hall and Oates for your eardrums. That was a little fall in Philadelphia.
Ain't you know, dude, little Oates. There's nothing wrong with that.
They're off of their first album ever made, entitled
Whole Oats.
Whole Oats.
I believe, right? Is that correct? Whole
Oats. You
Oats?
guys are looking for a visual on the cover of Whole Oats. It is quite literally just a thing of whole oats.
Oats, yeah.
Whole Oats.
71, dude. They've been doing it for a long time.
And then, and that was nice. That was probably the first album was the one where Daryl gave Oates a little bit extra love.
Yeah, they were. I think they were more. They were definitely a duo in the early. They were a duo their whole career, but in the early years, I think Oates contributed. He contributed to a lot of the early hits. He wrote a couple of good ones, yeah. And then Daryl went nuts with a bunch of hits.
Daryl became Daryl. And then they became Hall and Oates, though.
Mm-hmm.
Most lucrative duo in the history of music.
Pop duo, yes.
Pop duo specifically?
I believe so.
Has Outkast outsold them? I think they're the most successcul duo in music history.
They're very, very good.
Yeah, as far as records sold. Song. And, yeah, a little fall in Philadelphia. And why is that appropriate?
Because we're about to experience a little fall in Philadelphia.
We'll be in Allentown, technically. But we're flying into Philly tomorrow.
And we get to spend the night there. It's going to be awesome, dude. I'm excited. I don't know about you. I'm not excited about getting up at 5 or flying out at 5:50, but
we got an early flight to the Illadelph.
Somewhere between Jersey and Delaware.
I feel very familiarized with the city. I've listened to the entire discography of The Roots.
Mm-hmm.
From an early age, so I know the cross streets. I know where to avoid.
Broad Street.
West Philly, I know, is not a good place to be.
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
West Philly's not good, and then North Philly's pretty rough.
All I remember of North Philly is Beanie Siegel is from North Philly.
Well, I think that tells you what type of neighborhood it is.
That's
Freeways,
the type of guy that
Freeway and Beanie Siegel.
North Philly.
North Philly, dude. Somewhere between Jersey and Delaware.
I'm excited that we got, like you said,
the illest part of the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, a Philly Sherpa.
Yeah, we got a Philly Sherpa.
Dan, you should be able to give us a good taste of everything going on around downtown.
This guy, nice. Yeah, Philly. This guy's real Philly scum. You know?
Scumbag guy. Yeah, absolutely. I'd have to.
Guy's
agree.
a piece of shit. One of the best guys I ever met.
Father to two lovely children.
Would take a bullet for the guy. Guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag.
Scumbag.
Good friend of ours, though.
Yeah, good guy. I remember him when I first moved out here, his move was, I'm going to go to
crash on
sleep.
the couch,
I'm crashing, sleep on the couch.
Yeah. Thank
And
you
then,
guys for being so hospitable.
all of a sudden, you hear the car start up. You're like, "Hey, dude, did you drive again? Because we
Gone.
drank until 4 a.m.
Yeah. We drank until
I was
you
good though,
passed
dude.
out.
I was good. You
Yeah.
had 40 beers, man.
You had more than any of us.
You don't
You
smoke,
actually-
and you were smoking cigarettes.
You
like it
were
was out of your job.
you were calling us all out all night. You were saying how you were drinking more than us.
Yeah.
All night. That was
And
your
then-
main argument.
So now you're saying that you
Now
weren't
you're
drunk at
more-
all. You had 40 beers and you were good enough to drive.
yeah, he's a piece of work. That one.
That was it's a heck of a move to fake sleep. Because I remember because he did it numerous times, and after the first time we were like, "Are you really going to sleep?"
Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude, go
Yeah.
to sleep. Turn the lights off. Turn them off.
Yeah.
And you
You
turn
got
the
a
lights
blanket?
off. Yeah.
Hey, I knew this
All
was weird.
set,
You got a
I
blanket or a pillow?
Yeah. I'm gonna leave my shoes on though. I sleep with my shoes on.
Yeah, he would do that. He was out here when you first moved out to Arizona. He was a good friend of mine at that point.
Yeah, he was
Still is a good friend, but he's moved
he's
since.
still a great friend. We went up to Flagstaff with him, and then I just remember when the first time he came in back out and visited after he left. He went back to Philly for a while, right? I think, and then he had to come back. He came back for a while, and he was so drunk when he left Scottsdale and got back to our house. He was like a little puppy. I remember he was getting into shit and like knocking stuff over. It was. I just remember that's my vision of Dan.
A little puppy friend.
Puppy, like just getting into shit, and knocking it over like a little puppy.
Yeah, he was.
A little puppy friend.
He's a little puppy friend. Yeah, he's a good dude. I remember we ransacked his house one time. He didn't like the roommates he was living with, and we took like 7 good DVDs, couple of frozen foods. No. And you know what? In hindsight, it's one of those stupid things you do when you're like 21
When you're
and
like
you're just
28.
like, "Ah!" Yeah, this was 6 months ago.
It was, early June,
And that was a wild little night. But
you
I
stole
digress.
DVDs and frozen food.
yeah, it was so drunk.
Like, we're gonna get
Just
these
so
guys.
drunk. I don't even know why we were in the house.
We're gonna
Just
take
drunk and
National
nobody was home.
Treasure. And I'm gonna
1 and
take
2.
1 and 2.
'Cause-
Actually, just 2. I've
Because
seen
2
one
doesn't make
so many
sense without
times.
1. 2 doesn't even add up.
That was
without
on
one.
the other day, by the way. That's a solid flick.
Which one?
National Treasure, the first one.
Those are actually really good movies.
Yeah, solid movie.
They're very entertaining. I heard they're going to do another one
I hope they
because
do.
it's a good character and it's a good
Certainly
easy.
hope they do. That is a good story. And then you're like, dude, first of all, we're going to be in Philly. We should try and maybe figure some of that stuff out.
You know what's weird about
You wanna
the
go to
fact that we're
Independence Hall?
going to Philly is I literally was like, oh, National Treasure 2. That's what I thought.
was that we're going to
Wasn't
try
it
and
there?
act it out?
A lot of it was there in
Oh,
Philly.
a ton of it there is there. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're in Independence Hall, like looking at crazy.
I don't know. I just thought I was like, that'd be cool to see where Nick Cage filmed.
National Treasure,
As opposed to sitting-
Benjamin
yeah.
Franklin and all that stuff.
Dude, Nick Cage was here, man. In his prime. Prime Nick Cage.
2002, Nick Cage. Dude.
Yeah.
This guy was good.
He was good.
What about Benjamin
You
Franklin?
know what's weird about
You'd
Nick
be
Cage?
in the Independence Hall in the tour, like, excuse me.
Was this a scene with Nick Cage and John Voight?
No, I don't
Or just
know,
Nick
sir.
Cage?
Yeah. Just Nick. The guy probably knows, first of all.
It was both of them. It was actually a pretty pinnacle point in the film when the father-son relationship
I'd like
kind
a
of
different
came to
tour,
a-
yeah. The National Treasure tour of Philadelphia.
Should be good. It'll be fall in Philadelphia. Fall weather also. Not ready for that. Sidetrack back to Nick Cage, however. I just think that it's
Wow,
amazing
okay.
that he is also... Isn't it weird that he's perceived as one of the... Like, some people think he's one of the greatest actors of the last 20... Hadn't Ethan Hawke was, like, really adamant about that? Have
He
you
was
seen
on
that?
a heat streak for a minute there.
Have you seen Ethan Hawke
Ethan
talk
Hawke?
about
No. I respect Ethan Hawke,
Nick
too.
Cage? That's what I'm saying. I love Ethan Hawke. I think Ethan Hawke's a great actor.
What do you say?
He said that Nick Cage is one of the greatest actors in his mind ever, and it's crazy to me. And then you do break it down. Though. I mean,
Nick Cage is a very good actor.
He was a very good actor in a couple of movies, and then I think he kind of called it in.
He might be a one of those.
He's
too
a
good
weird
for his
dude.
own.
You know what his main downfall was? He's a genius.
He might be a genius, dude. Leaving Las Vegas is pretty incredible.
You ever think that's the biggest downfall in people's lives?
Being a genius?
Phil Spector. It's a big downfall.
You're leaving out one part of his downfall.
The
fact that he put a gun in
put
that
a handgun
girl's mouth.
that was a big downfall. But
being a genius,
but being
also
a genius was,
got him to where he was. And
chicken
he
or
also
the egg.
thought,
Chicken or the egg type
I
thing.
actually watched this thing on YouTube. Phil Spector thinks, and he doesn't think, he did help Martin Scorsese out a lot. In Martin Scorsese's first movie, Mean Streets, he's one of the first directors in our modern day to use popular music. He used Be My Baby and a lot of Phil Spector songs in Mean Streets, because just to kind of paint the time, what was going on back then. And but he didn't have the rights. He didn't have the rights to use that music. And Phil Spector says he gave him his career because he could have just ruined the movie by saying you can't use my music. Yeah. But he said he's an Italian from the neighborhood. I'm gonna let him do it.
Phil Spector,
genius.
We digress from Nick Cage to Phil Spector to Scorsese. That's what we do. We think about renaming the podcast. We digress. Phil Spector just in the news this week. Ridiculous picture of him.
Yeah, you just showed me that. That was crazy. You kind of ruined my night. I was having a good night.
That's the type of picture. Doesn't Jim Gaffigan says, you ever looked at a picture of yourself and just
ruined your whole day? I should never wear that color again.
That's a picture of Phil Spector where it's like, ooh, if you haven't seen this and you're by a computer, Google Phil Spector mugshot 2014.
Send the kids
Struggling. Philly boy is in jail for the murder of a 40-year-old woman in 1993. Just to get you up to speed on that.
93?
Or was that 03?
No, 03. Yeah, it wasn't 93.
Yeah, it was 03.
93 was Tribe Called Quest.
And he got a picture of him. He was already a weird-looking dude. I'd like to think they just probably caught him on a bad day.
I'm pretty sure he's having a lot of bad days in jail, dude.
He just caught him on a bad day.
Yeah. I'm having a good day today. My meal was hot.
We're going into Philadelphia tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
And
you packed up?
I did laundry. I just got to throw some things in a bag. And then
are you a last minute packer? Didn't you forget something last time we went somewhere? Like pretty crucial? No, I feel like it was like pants or something. Or you brought the wrong pants.
I've done that. I haven't done that. I think I did. Or maybe I didn't bring the right shoes.
I forget what it was, but I remember you being like, it's not that big a deal. And then the whole trip, you're like, fuck. Can't believe I got those shoes.
Yeah, it's always a thing, but then you can let it ruin the trip.
Oh, no.
Or you can just bounce back.
Can you imagine letting it ruin the trip? Man,
some people.
Dude. Yeah. If I had these shoes, I'd be better. I'd be in a better mood. Some people will let that ruin the trip.
Some people will, I agree. Those are bad people.
Gotta move past it.
Perspective.
We're gonna be in some hoodie weather, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I washed my hoodie yesterday.
Washed my hoodie as well.
I found it, and I was like, this thing probably smells funky.
I haven't seen this in 5 months.
Yeah. And so I got the hoodie out. I got some jeans. I got some long sleeve shirts. It should be good. It'll be fall. We don't get to experience fall as we live in Arizona.
Yeah, I was literally at work today, and this guy is from Philly, and he was telling me, he was like, literally, this might be the best time of year, literally this week and the next week, to go to Philadelphia. He's like, the leaves are changing. It is absolutely perfect. Yeah,
it's nice to be back in the Northeast sector of the country, and the
East Coast family.
We've got East Coast family, heavy East Coast family. The East Coast is where our roots are from, pretty much on that side of the family.
Absolutely.
They grew up in Long Island, and then we're going to Philly, but nobody's really from Philly.
It's a little weird,
kind of a random thing. Because you tell people, we're going to a family reunion back in Philly. Oh, you're from Philly? No,
never.
But our uncle lives there now, and he's turning 70, and he put together this thing where it's good. We don't see each other enough. Got all the cousins, but most of our cousins are back in Jersey.
Yeah,
we got some randomly in Boston, but they're not from there, but they live there now. Jersey people, and
Matthews in Nashville, I think.
Right, but they're all originally from. They grew up in Jersey.
They stayed on the East Coast.
Our uncle moved to Rochester, New York. He was a upstate New York guy. So yeah, we got East Coast people, good people,
great people.
I feel like the East Coast was a heavy influence on our youth, even though we grew up in Cincinnati in the Midwest. But Do you feel like our mom was a very East Coast?
Absolutely.
She used to say things like fresh,
Water,
water, orange.
coffee,
water was always a weird thing.
human.
She said.
She says human.
Human. They don't use their H's.
No, it's very human of you.
But it'll be nice. East Coast is good. Yeah, it's the foundation of our humor, I feel like, is the East Coast.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
So, that'll be good. What are you looking forward to most?
Yingling. Drinking Yingling.
Really?
Beer. No.
I don't like. You like Yingling?
I do. I like it. It's good.
I feel like it's just a light beer.
I'm looking forward to seeing. I haven't seen some of those people in a long time. I was at Robert's wedding about 7 years ago, and then right before I moved out here, the summer before I moved out here. But man, it's gonna be crazy. Like Hannah, our little cousin, she was like 7 or 8. Now she's gonna be a high school senior or something like that. That'll be crazy. I'm looking forward to your set, dude. At the reunion at Jack's birthday. That'll be a sick set.
I'm gonna do a tight 10 minutes.
Tight 10 minutes on why our family's insane.
No, I'm gonna just talk about our parents' divorce. It'll
Really?
be funny, yeah, because everybody asks about it. They want to bring it up.
God, I don't know if that's a good idea.
You don't think that's good?
All right, guys. Here, I'm Mike.
I got a tight 10 on the divorce. Who's ready?
I know you got opinions. Here's the only one that fucking matters. That'll be great. I think that's a good idea, just to maybe start the night out that way.
Yeah.
But that'll be fun. Boozing it up with the cousins. It'll be good, dude. Get to see your old friends. You know?
Yeah, it'll be great. Cousins, and we're always the youngest of the cousins, so there's always that dynamic. It's not really. It was when we were younger. It's different. Now we're adults.
Oh, they're always going to think of us as those annoying 12 and 14-year-old.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We really made a name for ourselves in our youth, because they were all, the last time we had a family reunion, they were our age now, so they were like late 20s, early 30s.
And we were 13 and 15 or something like that?
Yeah, 12, 13, 14. And imagine that.
Just annoying as shit. Yeah.
And I thought I was a primetime player at that point. I thought I was really in my zone. I had a lot of good, no, just jokes wise and like intellectually. I thought I was really bringing some good points to the
table.
Yeah, I thought I was good at, you know. It is
true. At that age, you don't even realize how annoying you probably were.
Oh.
You know what I mean? To have to answer this idiot 13-year-old who's trying to figure out who he is.
I was really into like Chris Farley at that age.
Oh, just obnoxious, I'm sure.
Chicken. Is it chicken or chicken?
What's the in-flight meal? Chicken or chicken? They're on to us, man.
Yeah.
That is a great scene.
That was all I was saying at that age.
Chicken or chicken?
Is it chicken or
We were talking about Farley at work today. This dude actually got pretty... we were talking about Phil Hartman, and Phil Hartman died like 15 years ago or something.
Very
I was
sad.
reading that...
One of the more underappreciated comic minds
Absolutely.
ever.
But then it got into Farley. We were talking about Farley, and this guy kind of... he's a newer guy. He kind of popped into the... Not newer guy, I'm sorry. He's been there a while, and he popped in and heard Farley's name, and he's like, yeah, man, I've been to his house in Wisconsin. I was like, what? He's like, well, just drove up there to see it. I was like, oh, you are a diehard Farley fan.
Chris Farley lived in Wisconsin?
Is that your Graceland? Farley's cribbo? Yes, he's from Milwaukee.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his parents apparently still live there in the same house. But he knew a lot about Farley. He was, and we all admitted that we cried when he died. I cried when he died. That was a sad day.
I didn't cry when he died, I don't think. But I don't think I was at a point of emotional maturity that I could have really conceived what occurred.
Yeah. That was a tough day.
But, yeah, that was a sad day. But then, you can't even really be that sad about it. He just did it to himself. Yeah. And now that you read all the stuff about it, that shit sucks.
Absolutely.
He was great. You ever heard Spade talk about that?
Yeah, how he just couldn't go to the funeral and how... Yeah, that'd be hard, man. They'd all try to help him so much, and there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. The Chris Rocker, he says he has talked about the last time he saw him, and he knew. He was like, that's the last time I'll ever see him alive.
Wow.
Is what he was thinking in his mind. Obviously, you don't say it, and you don't really probably think it's going to be true, but, you know. And then, Spade, if you ever want to look at a good Howard Stern interview, is David Spade and Howard Stern.
They talk about that?
Yeah, and they talk about...
I know he hasn't talked about it much.
That's the only time he's ever talked about it. And first
Well,
of all, if you ever want a good interview on anybody that you
Howard
want
Stern's great.
to know more about, Howard Stern, look up Howard Stern and then their name. Or if there's no Howard Stern one, Mark Maron's probably the second best interview in all of...
I like Artie Lang interviews a lot.
You know what? I've never... he probably learned from Howard.
Mark Maron's really good, too. I'm just saying, I personally...
Mark Maron is very good because he can get comedians to open up about things that comedians typically do not open up about. Like the Robin Williams Mark Maron interview. You want to learn about the darkness that Robin Williams was in. That's probably the only interview that you can really hear him hurt.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting interview, but he talks about, alcoholism and relapsing and when he did it and how it felt, and that was interesting. Maron's good. A good interviewer.
Yeah.
Underappreciated.
Tough to come by.
They are tough to come by.
Bob Costas is pretty good.
Fallon's gotten better. Costas is good.
Remember Costas with it's not funny, but Jerry Sandusky and all that, and Sandusky, Costas's face was like, you really want to talk about this right now?
Yeah.
And he's like, rhythmic slapping. Well, I've horsed around with boys.
Yeah.
Really? That's what you want to say?
Costa said rhythmic slapping like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, rhythmic slap. That's tough, dude. That was a tough couple months. Remember that? That was just a weird feeling news story. Awful
Sandusky?
feeling. Yeah. Every day you're just like, fuck this guy. What a piece of shit.
Well, yeah.
He should of shit.
Ancient Greece, a lot of
Where
pedophilia.
you going? Really?
You know that?
I did not know that.
That was like a typical thing. Plato and Socrates, these guys
Really?
touched 12-year-olds, yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different time.
I guess. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
isn't that weird, though? It's like, and it's known, and it's fact, and then you see these quotes of Socrates in present day,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's some shit. That is smart shit.
Yeah.
That's a dude that had perspective on things, right?
Right.
And then...
Read into what he was doing.
Whoa.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like too much perspective.
It's an odd perspective.
Yeah, that's a weird way to look at life, dude. Speaking of weird ways to look at life, how about that Andy Dalton, Red Rifle, man?
That's how you're going to segue.
Yeah, we're going to segue
pedophilia to the Red Rocket.
To who day, man?
Take that as it will.
Undefeated. Like I said, Monday mornings are so much better when the Bengals are undefeated.
You sure you don't want to keep talking about
I'm positive.
ancient
I'm trying
Greece
to, and
pedophilia?
Socrates touching kids, I'm all set.
It's on the internet.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff on the internet.
Dalton looked pedestrian. Everybody looked kind of pedestrian, and we still whooped them 33-7.
Yeah.
I didn't even think, looking at the game, I was like, they didn't even look that great, really. They looked, the Dalton
Moving
play
the
was
chains,
really cool.
Moving the chains.
The reverse to Dalton was cool, but that wasn't even that great of a play. It was a great play because it ended up in a touchdown.
Right, but I thought he might die on the field.
Yeah, because it was like a blown play.
Not blown, it was designed.
They read it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it wasn't a blown play, but the guy read it.
He was, and he could have killed Andy Dalton.
Or
but,
pick six.
I don't know what he was doing. He jumped he jumped behind him. Give Dalton a little bit of
learning
credit.
how to be a
Dalton
professional
did jump up
cornerback.
and go after the ball.
Well, it's well known, actually, and that's one of those things, too, where you got to know that the cornerback didn't do his research, because it's well known that Andy Dalton always meets the ball at its highest point.
Oh, my God. That's well known?
Huh?
That's well
It's in
known.
the scouting report.
He's going to go up and get it.
He's
going
to reach that ball at the highest point. You got to beat him to the highest point. That's classic Dalton. I was in L.A. watching the game. I went to L.A. last weekend to surprise our boy Gabe.
La La Land. How was that?
I got a buddy that was aging this weekend, but he's going to be in Amsterdam and Germany for his actual birthday. So I went out and surprised him on Friday. his girlfriend planned it all. It was pretty good. Worked out. He did not see it coming.
Well, that's a good... When the surprise works out, it's nice. You get to see their face, and they're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing here?
And then you're like, let's just get drunk all weekend.
Yeah, and then it's a good 5-10 minute grace period, and they're like, "Oh, you still let's just." Get
But then
fucking
it's always bad because I got there at like 11 or no, like midnight,
Oh, really?
and then then you got to do catch up. They're all drunk
Oh,
because I left work and then drove to L.A. and then I almost ran out of gas on the way to L.A.
really?
and I could have died. I'll tell you right now, I thought I was dead.
What were you gonna do? What was the plan? How'd you ran out of gas?
You know what? I've seen enough survival, like Bear Grylls. I would have been fine for the night.
Really?
I would have slept out in the desert.
Not in the car though. You would have got out in the.
You've abandoned the car. That's rule 1. And then you go desert. You follow the North Star.
Yeah, as the crow flies.
And then you just kind of find some brush.
Okay.
And I would have done that.
First move: leave the car.
Well,
Don't look for help.
first move was pee because I did have to pee. Second move is all the other stuff. And then, I don't know. I almost ran out of gas. Yeah, in the middle of the desert between Blythe and Indio on the 10, if you're familiar with this drive, from Phoenix to L.A. Whew. It was sketchy. And then I was emotionally drained by the time I get there, and then you got to play catch up because they're already drunk. It's
Right.
12 o'clock on a Friday. Good for them.
But you just got to have a car. It's a
And I got to
different
get
drive.
out of the
You're
car,
like,
yeah. And then I'm slugging shots. Here's, and then, I'm the asshole who's got to drink. And then there's, Buffalo Trace.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they got right into
Whiskey?
it. I know. And then a
Good
double
Lord.
Buffalo Trace diet, shot of Buffalo Trace,
Good. Is there anything
Jameson
else
rocks.
in Los Angeles?
Jameson rocks. And then I did the old, I got the Jameson rocks. I took the shot. Coke back. I know my body. I'm going to
Whiskey's
throw
good.
up.
I like
yeah.
whiskey.
Yeah, but I'm not going to take it, straight after an empty stomach and a
Oh,
car ride
God,
in.
no. Jesus
I'm like,
Christ.
you know what? Give me a Coke back.
Please. Thank you.
You got to do that. That's a weird look, though, but you got to say it, and you got to know that there's judgment.
And you're
Look
like,
at the bartender and be like, I'll take it.
you're a man of a certain age, though, where you're like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Just
I
give me
don't
the
care
Coke,
at this
you know
point.
what
I used to care. Yeah, now I'm like, look,
Remember
I'll throw up on your fucking bar.
We had a situation when my friend Andy was in town. Remember that bartender who was like, "Oh, bullet bourbon." You like
Wasn't that fucking ridiculous?
And he was looking at him like, "Yeah, just get the fucking bourbon."
I
all right?"
like bullet bourbon. Bullet bourbon, there's nothing fucking wrong with
The
bullet
bartender
bourbon.
should never. I mean, people like what they like.
That guy was young.
Yeah, got a lot to learn. Either way, Los Angeles was fun. Whiskey, Buffalo Trace is flowing.
Yeah, so I was doing that. But then what I did was, so I got like 3 drinks were just right on my, on my plate. And, the Jameson rocks got, how you kind of sometimes you can dismiss that one drink, act like it didn't happen. Because I didn't pay for it. And I was like, I just kind of walked away.
You left it there?
I was not going to drink all the, this was like within 5 minutes. I was just like,
with the Jamie dude, you could have just left it. Let it sit.
I could have let it sit.
Let it sit for a while. Yeah. Well, Jamie, no, you don't want to dive right into Jamie dudes. Those are crazy.
James. Yeah, it was too much.
Jamesons?
And, I'm not McNulty. But it was fun, though. It was a good weekend, and then went out. And then, Sunday we watched the Bengals game because I know this guy from Cincinnati. And it was fun watching those guys. There was a fucking random-ass dude from Virginia rocking a Bengals hat. And you never trust it because as Bengals fans, we know they don't exist outside of Cincinnati.
Right.
So you're like, why the fuck? You always do the question, like, why are you a Bengals fan?
Yeah. What's going on?
Why? Yeah, what's going
What's
on?
up? You like the colors?
Where's the allegiance? I forget what it was, but it checked out. I was like, all right.
Checked out. Story
Yeah.
checked out. All right, dude. I'll give you a high five and chest bump you every time we get a first down.
And he was with Cowboys fan. Now, if you saw a Cowboys game,
That was crazy.
that
game.
was a
That was actually
stressful game.
That was a crazy
and the
game.
funniest thing of the first half of all the games was 10 o'clock game. This dude is in Adam. We're getting to know Bengals fan. We're like, well, who are you up here with? He's like, dude, this Cowboys fan. He points to his buddy. He's,
17 to
he's
nothing.
outside, and this dude's
Smoking
smoking
heaters.
those stress. Dude, he is smoking these stress heaters so hard. And he's just like, yeah,
game's over.
they're
Fucking
down
hate this
21-0 to the Rams. And he was just like, this dude was losing it. And he's just doing the shake. No words, just the
fucking real.
Doing the head shake, smoking these heaters. Oh, that was like the funniest thing of the day.
Then they came back.
And then they came back, and it was cool to see him. So I've never seen a person happier. And, you know, I usually don't like Cowboys fans because they're typically kind of annoying. He was good. He looked like a real fan. And
I get that. Cowboys fans are a little annoying, though.
Sometimes they are really annoying. They think their shit don't stink.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, their shit stinks so much.
Yeah.
So much
Since
sometimes.
Troy Aikman left. All the news about your football team ain't been good news. That is awesome, dude.
Bengals look good, though. Power rankings were in, like, the top.
Number one in a couple of them.
In a lot.
But
and,
as
like,
Bengal fans, we know, pump the brakes.
Oh, I hate it.
So early.
I know.
Stop.
I don't even like it.
I like it a little bit. The thing is I think that they're different. That, you know, what we have is a little bit of perspective, Michael. We have a couple guys that were on
the Bengals.
The Bengals.
I've got
have
great
a little
perspective.
bit. Yeah,
you know that about me.
Well, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, got a couple guys on that 06 team that went 3-0. We got Whitworth.
We do have some
we got
06
Pico
dudes.
and Robert Geathers. We're all on that team. And I was just reading an
Isn't
article.
that crazy?
I got reading an article where Whitworth was like, we remember how that one ended. We lost the last three. We had 3 chances to get in the playoffs and lost every single game.
Yeah.
We missed the playoffs. And he's like, there's no way we're letting these young guys remember or not finish this out.
That is great that they have.
They
that
were on that
perspective,
team, dude.
actually.
They were on that team.
That was Marvin's like 3rd year.
That was
we had such a good offense that
was
year.
like 6th year.
No, he started
year.
in 03.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And yeah,
That was Carson's
came back.
3rd year.
Carson came back from the knee injury. We beat the Steelers in week 3, I remember. And it was the same situation. We went into a bye and played the Patriots on like Monday Night Football and lost to them. This is in 2006.
Got beat real good.
We'll see what happens this time. Because we're playing the Patriots again, week 5.
And they don't look good at
First
all,
of all, Sunday
which
Night
is
Football,
weird.
dude. What are we doing, man?
I know.
That's going to be awesome,
Sunday Night
dude.
Football. I might have to meet up our buddy that I work with. He's a Patriots fan.
Oh, no.
So we'll have to.
I'm kidding. Reddish is around.
And
you need a stander.
Yeah.
A 3rd down stander.
Oh, yeah. This guy. He's the pacer.
Pacer, stander.
He's an
shit.
Indiana pacer.
Yeah.
He is just pacing on 3rd downs. Oh, man. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. We'll get that. You know what I did this weekend? I won a pick 'em. I picked 13 out of 16 games.
That's what Adam was saying.
13 out of 16. That's strong.
That's pretty amazing. And that
That's
Bears
big boy
game did it
stuff.
for you, right?
You know what I did? I was like, you know what? The Giants are going to win, and the
Yeah,
Cardinals are going to win.
Who are your
the swing picks?
Yeah.
Giants.
And you
and
took
Cardinals.
the Redbirds, really?
You know what? Fucking divisional game at home.
Yeah.
They play good at home, and they've got a good team. The Cardinals have a good team.
Drew Stanton, dude, balling out like it's 2006 in Lansing.
Well,
East
Bruce
Lansing,
Arians
Michigan.
can do no wrong as far as a quarterback. Give that guy, put me in there. Bruce Arians.
BA, dude.
Good.
We were at the coach house on Tuesday night, and I thought it was funny. This guy looked exactly. He was just bald with glasses, and I went up to him like, "Do you live in Glendale or live out here? Is it better to live closer to the stadium?"
Yeah.
Without even saying, and he was just like, "Bruce Arians, yeah, fuck you."
Yeah, I get that all the time.
That's funny.
Yeah, I had the Cardinals were a big swing game, and then I won extra money on them too because 2 people gave me 3.5 points on the Cardinals. I was like, yeah, I'll take 3.5 for a home dog.
That's pretty good.
I love a good home dog. You also know that about me.
I do. I'll
jump on a home dog all day.
A quick dog, home dog. Yeah, you never know though. But did you see that video of the fight in the stands at the Cardinals Niners game?
Quickly, yeah.
Good Lord.
You know, I heard it was. I read something about what had happened. It wasn't.
Oh,
good.
you didn't see the video?
I saw the video, and then, but like how it initiated, it was something about like.
Was it the
messing
Cardinals
with
fan that started it?
It was like a Niners fan. He was like messing with a kid.
Oh, really?
He was probably just drunk as shit. But
That's not right.
But then somebody took it
Yeah,
seriously.
leave the kids alone.
Yeah, and then it was something bad like that. It was like a kid or a female or something. And so the Cardinals fan was not having it, and then it just went into
Oh
a
my
whole
God,
brawl.
yeah.
That was up by where we were sitting for the Monday
That's
night
what
game.
I was thinking. Like, damn, this is some riffraff up here. That's what I've heard. Those Cardinals. I've heard the Niners fans are a chippy bunch.
You know what? Niners fans are usually pretty class act people.
Yeah. Okay. They live in the
Niners
Bay and
fans are the
drive over.
worst. Yeah. The fucking Niners, or the Giants fan was the guy that got killed, wasn't he, or some shit?
Yeah, but that Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers.
That's right.
It's always the San Francisco fuckers. Yeah, and the Niners don't even really look all that impressive to me. They got
also
the Eagles
started-
this
didn't they
week, though,
start
and
1-2
Vernon
last
Davis
year?
was out.
Yes. And didn't they start
bad.
1-2 last year, I think?
I don't know.
They turned it around.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine this
They'll be
year,
all right.
but I liked that matchup. So that was a big swing game. And then, so to win it, I had Chicago on Monday night, and the guy in front of me had the Jets. So I needed Chicago to win. And then I also needed, and he had a game on me, so it was going to be a tiebreaker. I also needed it to be between 44 and 47 points.
Are you serious?
And it was 46 points, yeah, in order to win, because there was somebody below me that was tied and somebody above that was tied.
insane, dude.
Yeah.
You should go to Vegas with that money. With that kind of luck.
Yeah, and so I won like 200-something bucks.
That's pretty awesome, dude.
It was good. It was good.
It's good.
So I win that again one more time this year, and I make all my money back for fantasy, and then I'm good. I'm breaking even on football.
There you go. That's nice.
It's just real nice. I'd like to think that I've got a good read on the year, because last year I didn't know a fucking thing about any of the games.
Yeah, dude, you don't know any. I don't know if anybody
Some
has
years
a good
I know.
read. No,
No,
you
some
don't.
years.
You're
Yeah, no,
lucky.
some years you kind of know
Oh
your
my
teams.
God.
You ride your ponies. I like 3 years ago. I won like the thing that the Johnny. We used to do a pool.
Right.
6-team pick 'em up at the 4th floor grill with Johnny Blanco. I won like 3 of those.
Yeah, but like Chief
That
won
one
3 of
year.
them. I won 2.
Yeah, because some years you know it. I did,
think
and then
it's
I
a
went,
lot of
and then
it's
I'd go
just
like,
luck.
yeah, all right. I think some years I know the games, I know the teams a little bit better. Sometimes I have a good read on it. Last year I didn't know shit. And to your point, some weeks I will not know a fucking thing. But you know who I like this year, and I'm riding is I bet against them once already, and I learned from that. But I like the Redskins are a good team to roll with.
Didn't they lose this weekend?
Yeah, but with
To Philadelphia?
I think with the points they're looking good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Over unders. Yeah, they can score.
yeah, and they can score too. But and you know who looks good is the Chargers. Since week 1 lost,
Chargers look really good.
they look real nice. But now the Bengals have a bye week blues, and we're going to Philly.
I think it times out perfectly. I guess it'll be fun to be in Philly. And
Well, we're going to be flying in too. You know what we need to watch tomorrow night when we're in Philadelphia is we need to sit down at a bar and watch the UCLA ASU game.
yeah, that's right. I totally forgot that's going on.
If you don't know,
Is everybody playing?
ASU
Hundley
has
playing?
an actual team this year, except our quarterback injured his damn foot, so we might not win.
Is he not starting?
Taylor Kelly?
Is he out for the year?
No, he's out for at least a game, maybe 2.
Maybe 2. And is Hundley going to start?
They're not saying anything until
Oh,
they
that's right,
probably
they-
announce something today.
That's right.
They might not announce it till
And
tomorrow.
Neuheisel, but Neuheisel didn't do he wasn't
Fuck Neuheisel.
throwing darts. He was kind of game managing in that Texas game.
Texas, yeah, we can throw
Texas
some
also
things
kind
at
of
'em.
shit the bed. But Texas is your squad, dude.
It's going to be
Like
a
you
big
ride or
game.
die with Texas.
How was it? Yeah, I mean, Texas was my fallback plan throughout most of our youth. You know what's nice this year now is that UC's good
Yeah,
and ASU's good, and UC could actually run the fucking table.
that'd be crazy. They've done it before.
But yeah, I remember. You know, what was weird was one year I am a huge Texas fan.
Jordan Shipley jersey.
Not a Texas Jordan Shipley jersey, but
No,
a Bengals Jordan
Bengals
Shipley
Jordan
jersey. One of the
Shipley
worst
jersey.
investments I've ever made. And but I was big on that Colt McCoy team. That was a great team.
Really good team.
And
Jordan Shipley was on
UC
that
that same year was really good too.
Yes.
Gino Guidugli.
Gino Guidugli.
No, I'm kidding.
Good God.
Not Gino Guidugli.
Gino Guidugli was not there.
Gino Guidugli was the quarterback. You know
I
that.
forget who was the quarterback.
It was before Tony Pike. It was
Oh, man.
who was it? It was that white kid,
What's
right?
his name? Wasn't it still D'Antonio's team in 2005?
This is probably
Was that when they beat Rutgers?
the Colt McCoy team was probably 06 or 07. because Vince Young was there in 05.
Right.
And then, but either way, we digress. That was a tough year for me, though, because I was like, dude, they're going to get to the championship, but the Bearcats, if they ran the table, we're supposed to get Marty Gilliard. Remember that team?
Yeah.
Woo!
Brian
Who
Kelly.
was that quarterback? That's going to annoy
Well, first of
me.
all, Marty Gilliard
Was it Tony Pike?
That was Tony Pike.
Maybe it was the Tony Pike team then.
Yeah, that was like 2009, though. 2010.
Tony Pike used to drink whiskey out of the bottle. Did he not?
Absolutely, dude.
Redding?
With that mustache?
Woo! I used to love Tony Pike. He was a good Cincinnati, grimy,
Gutter
wrong
fest,
side of the
yeah.
tracks. He lived on the wrong side of Blue
When you
Ash
found
Road.
out he was
If
from
you-
Reading, you were like, oh, okay. That makes so much more sense.
What side of Blue Ash Road are you from?
I was
wrong
in Reading.
side.
We live in Reading. Ooh.
Oh,
fuck.
man.
Have you been to Reading High School?
Isn't that weird? What's your local pub? Silverton Cafe.
That's where I go.
Is that Reading? Actually, that's
No,
not
that's
Reading.
Silverton.
That is Silverton. Is Silverton got a high school?
Silverton's cafe is amazing, first of all.
I know.
I will not say a bad word about the
actually been
Silverton
there.
Cafe.
It's a little bit of grime, though.
Have you
do
been there?
love it. Oh, yeah. Isn't that, it's
that
like a
karaoke,
9 iron away
oh
from
my God.
everybody's, isn't it? Or no, that's a little ways down the road, actually.
No, but it's amazing. The
You don't realize how Montgomery Road can change.
yeah, the people watching in Silverton Cafe is in.
If you ever
Incredible.
find yourself in the Natty, check out the Silverton Cafe. And then go on down Montgomery Road to
Bring a gun,
Everybody's
though.
Records.
Bring a gun.
Get yourself some discs. But other than that, what else is going on? You know what I got at work? Did you say you have a new guy at work? The Chris Farley guy is a new guy?
No, he's not new. But I'm not that. I don't feel like the new guy anymore. People, I got some inside jokes. I've got that kind of stuff. You need that type of stuff.
You're at a point where you can say, "Oh, it's classic Derek."
Yeah, like
Look at
you can-
Derek
you can
over
do
there.
maybe an impression.
Doing
I got a
what Derek
pretty good
does.
impression of a couple people that people are laughing pretty hard about. And then I now have an inside joke.
You got a Canyon impression?
Oh, bro, like guy.
John works with a guy that sounds like he smoked 4 packs before he
I don't even know if he smokes.
said a
First of all,
word.
if he doesn't, he should, because his voice just sounds that way. Canyon's the man. Dude.
He sounds like he just left a weekend of like a music festival.
Yeah.
He just got back. Always.
He's been
He's
playing
got
poker
that-
and
he's
smoking
been
cigarettes.
screaming.
He great dude though. I got nothing bad to say about Canyon. That guy's awesome.
Yeah. Back-to-back Fish shows.
Absolutely.
That's a voice he has.
An inside joke we did get today was it's Wednesday, as you know, right?
Yeah.
And I had 2 ladies come in. It was obvious that they had money. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that. They were like in their 50s.
Swag champs.
Swag chips. Money. Expensive big rings and jewelry and all sorts of stuff. And they sit down at 9:30. I mean, we don't open until 11 o'clock. Nothing is set up. I'm still like
Talking
doing
AM.
9:30 a.m. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll have 2 Bloody Marys. And I'm like, we are not open.
Yeah.
and
Are they attractive
were,
elderly women?
they were okay. I mean, they're 50s.
Yeah.
But and then they're like, oh, we'd really like a Bloody Mary. And then I'm like, all right, you got to give me a minute though. Let me get it set up. So I do it and make it, and they're just being weird the whole time. At the very end, she looks at me and goes, what? I'm so sorry that we were here so early. I thought it was Saturday. And
Oh
I'm like,
my
like, and nobody heard it. I'm looking around like, I look at her like, you thought it was Saturday? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. Okay, no, don't worry about it. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, are you kidding? How
Isn't
do
that
you
a
think
crazy
it's Saturday?
thing to say? Yeah.
How would you possibly think it's Saturday?
I wouldn't even know how to respond to that.
Yeah, first of all, you have bigger problems than Bloody Marys if you think that
Right.
it's Saturday right now. Are you just walking out like, well, it's the weekend? It is Wednesday, man.
It is. That's crazy because that's the exact opposite of the weekend.
You know what I think
That's
it was?
the middle
I think
of the
it's
week.
so rich. I think they were so rich that that's their lifestyle. They just don't even know what day it is. They're just walking in places, making up hours.
You know what's crazy is she probably at one point casually said to her friend, "It's Saturday, we should go there." And the friend
it's open early.
didn't even question it.
Yeah, the friend was
was
like,
like, "You know what? Yeah,
Yeah, it is Saturday,
It is
isn't
Saturday.
it? Yeah. Well, the mail's not coming.
mail actually comes on."
Oh,
Saturday.
you're right. It's Sunday. Bank closes early.
Yeah, the hours are different at the bank.
Unbelievable, dude. I mean, how do they get anywhere? How do you make your flight when you think it's Saturday?
Yeah,
Unbelievable. Unreal. So then I went and told my manager. I didn't know if he was going to find it that funny. laughing his ass off. This guy's knee slapping. So now we got a joke. The rest of the day, he's coming up to me like, "Hey, it's a beautiful Saturday, isn't it?"
Is he good? Is he a good joke reteller?
He is. He actually got me pretty good. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He's like, "Well, since today is the day that it is, I guess we can do that." And I'm like, "What are you talking about, man?" He's like, "It's Saturday." That was funny. And then he actually, this is funny. This girl comes in, and she was very attractive. A very attractive girl came in, and she sat down by herself, and she sat down in my section. So I went to go up and talk to her, or just, would you like something to drink?
Yeah.
She's like, "Give me water." I did, and he said that he saw her on her phone. She was on Instagram or something, and when I walked up, she put the phone to her ear as if she was calling somebody or somebody was calling her. Fake took the phone call.
Yeah.
Which is like, damn.
A faux call?
I kind of was like, for about 5 minutes, feeling bad for myself. Like, damn, what the hell?
Yeah.
She's scared of me enough to fake a phone call?
That is unfortunate.
It was very unfortunate.
You think he was joking?
Then it turned out
he was joking?
I think she was a stripper, I think.
Who is
Somebody spotted her and was like,
"Welcome to Scottsdale."
Yeah, she's a stripper. And then she did tip me in $2 bills, so.
No, she did not.
She did give me $2 bills. She is a stripper.
Huh. I'll be a son of a bitch.
Yeah. So Wednesday and Saturday, say I got an inside joke. I'm no longer the FNG. How about you up at work, huh? You got people coming in. You got a nickname or anything?
We got new guys. So I'm not the FNG anymore either. We got new people at work, which is nice, and we're fucking with them. And they're good. We there's two new guys. One of them's normal, and then the other one's like, this dude's not all here.
Yeah. At first, that can be scary, and then you might be like, this could be entertaining.
Yeah, right? And then oh, man, yeah, it's just funny. It's a trip. This guy, like, there's people at work. Initially, I was like, this dude is so weird. He's the worst.
Right.
And then at one point, he opens up a little bit more, and you realize this guy's so weird. He's the best. He's the best thing to happen to this workplace.
I can't wait to get your answer on everything.
I want to ask you so many things because your answers are weirder every time.
Yeah.
Like he said, he was
really a lot of that and going on in your head. Like really,
in my mind, yeah.
That's what you're going to say to that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you went with. That's the sentence you constructed.
All right.
After I asked, "How's your
another
day?"
One. Yeah.
Same
as any other day.
He said he's really passionate about creativity.
Oh, okay.
Think about that for a moment.
That's pretty vague.
Isn't that? That's what I like. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah. People who are creative, you being creative, are you passionate about that?
Like just the idea of creativity,
the
concept. That's a weird.
I get passionate about that, man.
Yeah.
The concept of people creating things.
Yeah, it was so bizarre.
Taking something that is nothing and making it something. I get passionate about that.
Oh man, he's bald and he sits in the corner desk, and so I call him cue ball corner pocket.
Oh God!
And then we're gonna start calling him. I think we're gonna move that, and then that escalates to scratch.
I think we're gonna start calling him this next week.
Start
we're gonna have a meeting.
Scratch.
What do you guys want to call
cue
this
ball
guy?
corner pocket scratch? You get it?
I do.
You get it?
I understand the reference since it's Saturday.
And all, but yeah, new guys at work are fun. Just gonna be fucking with them.
Mikey T.
They don't. Yeah, I think they're kind of missing on it. No, I don't know. I haven't really given them anything to bite on, and then they try to play off Turner. They like I got
Burner.
Turnstiles.
Turnstiles.
That doesn't make sense, right?
No.
Turn down for what?
I've heard that before.
Have you heard that? Yeah, I didn't. I heard
like a wedding hashtag. Turn her down for what?
Yeah. And then what else? Turn dog. That's not good.
Turn and burn.
Turn and burn. No, that hasn't been brought up yet.
I used to get J
MT.
Burner.
I'm good with MT. You can just call me. Nobody's called me that yet. And then there's another Mike there, so we can't. I don't know what they don't really have anything good yet.
Yeah, MT's easy. JT, I'll go JT any day of the week.
Yeah,
JT.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Yeah, they haven't really figured one out. But I'm usually the guy that thinks of nicknames. I always think about that. I'm usually the delegator of nicknames.
Right.
I think we talked about this in the past. We got Can't Cut It Kev,
Mm-hmm.
Average Adam, Subpar Santoro,
God. It's so mean.
The Business O'Brien. That was you, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or was that him? It could have been him.
When you name yourself something.
When you name
That's
yourself
pretty
The
good.
Business. He's The Business O'Brien. Who else did we have? The dog catcher. Turtle.
I saw Kevin on Saturday night. He
Can't
came
cut
in.
it?
Yeah.
Was he cutting it?
He wasn't cutting it. Are you kidding me? He's out of control. Absolutely not.
Was he out of control?
He wasn't out of
texted
control,
me.
but he was very Kevin, dude. He was awesome. It was actually good to see him.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing. Was he out with some peeps?
Just a coworker, I think.
Nice.
But like there was some tension there too. Yeah, always tension with
A
Kev.
buddy?
Yeah.
Or
Not
like a
buddy,
girl?
coworker, just like
Sometimes. Yeah, he's
Kev.
always,
You're like, dude, calm down.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're
Yeah.
fucking flexing right now. It's like making jerk move. Where's the fucking bathroom?
Oh, I love that.
Calm down.
That's too much. The what was the other nickname I was thinking? Oh, nicknames are always good. But yeah, if you're the delegator of nicknames, you can't give yourself a nickname.
No, absolutely not.
So I don't even know. What else did I watch? You know what I was watching this week? A little bit of is Annie Hall is on Netflix.
Oh, it's a great movie. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
What would you rather be doing? I'd rather be at home watching the Knicks.
Knicks are on television. Stop being so hot. Why so hostile? I'm hostile because the Knicks are on television and I
Yeah.
want to watch the game.
Yeah. Why are you being so hostile?
That's so good. And then he's in there hiding in the room watching the Knicks. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I would do.
That is a very ahead of its time film.
It's very. Oh yeah, there's
That movie is still. You watch that movie today, and you're like, "Damn."
He knew what he was.
He
talking
was
about.
doing
I like
some
the
things.
scene where he splits the psychiatrist office, and the girl is over here,
That's
and the
very
guy's over
smart,
there,
yeah.
and he says, how often do you have sex?" And he says, "Hardly ever." And she's like, "All the time."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, how much?" And they both go 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah,
And they're both how men and women think. It's crazy.
that is a really good movie. Well, that was probably one of the initial films that defined romantic comedies.
Yeah, that was. I mean,
He was saying real shit in it too.
real shit. And yeah, it was like sad at moments when they're breaking up, and it's just super real. Like, and when she gets in that cab and drives off, and he's just talking to people on the streets, like, you guys look like a happy couple.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And then he asked somebody, is it okay to bring sex toys into the bedroom? And he's like a power drill. And he's like, well, you ask an insane person a question, you're gonna get an insane.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I love Woody Allen.
I do too. I really enjoy Woody Allen, even though he's got weird
Yes.
real life stories.
Some of the his real life choices.
Odd
I like
shit.
his movies.
I love his films. Again, biggest downfall. He's a genius.
Oh man, yeah.
You ever think of that? These people are geniuses operating in a world where nobody else is a genius. And these people are genius. Woody Allen's a genius.
Yeah. New movie.
And
every
then
year.
he's just weird. He's weird. He's made poor decisions. Kanye West, I consider a genius. And he's fucking does stupid shit.
Very strange. Yeah.
And he does strange stuff. And I always think about that. But they are geniuses operating in this world surrounded by. We are not on their level intellectually.
So yeah, it's still just people, but I don't think people. I don't know.
But then Bill Gates is a genius, and he kind of is. Well, he's a little weird, but he's not weird in a bad way. He's a philanthropist. He's a
Right.
good. I don't know. I do think that's. I think about this often.
Geniuses.
I think that they get.
It would be a crazy mind to have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's weird. It's
be a
hard.
crazy car to drive.
We have no idea how to put ourselves in those shoes,
Right.
Because they
can't
are
think
on a
on that level,
completely.
yeah.
This is a dude that he made College Dropout. Like that's great. He's and like Woody Allen. He made these movies that are amazing, and this creative mind. He's passionate about creativity, and they make weird choices.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
So do I, though. You
Things
know
I
what
think
mean?
about. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think sometimes I'm a genius.
Like, I went to the store and bought Jimmy Dean breakfast sausages because I ate the last one the other day.
Well, that's a good.
That was a great decision on my part.
That's a
actually,
good
and I've made-
reaction to a overreaction.
But yeah, standing in that line, man. You're getting a couple looks
with just that in your hand.
Just
you didn't buy anything else.
Nothing else. And yeah, that's some looks. Some guys will give you the, all right, I get it. You know, so the guy gets it.
You're never gonna pick a girl up with that in your basket.
I don't know. You kidding me? Well, you could pick the wrong girl up with that in your basket.
Yeah, how'd you meet John?
She saw.
You know what? He came up to me. At
she
the
saw my
grocery
Jimmy
store.
Dean sausage.
He had his Jimmy Dean sausage out there for the whole world to see,
and I couldn't say no.
And I could not say no with that buttered up biscuit.
Oh God, that thing's amazing. First of all, those are awesome.
Those little JDs.
Yeah, JD BCs.
Oh yeah, they're great. That's great. What else is going on? Kendrick Lamar has a new track.
Just listen to that. That was good.
That was
I like
really
that a
good.
lot. I love myself.
He, I think I commented on it earlier. I think he's kind of like that. I think he's going in that outcast approach of a career where he's going to boldly do new things on every album. But I say that without we haven't heard anything else on the album. We've heard the first track, but the first track is distinctly different than almost anything he's done before. But at the same time, still in the same vein as just good music.
Upon first listen, I liked that song. That's my third time listening to it.
I think it'll grow on. It'll be one of those things.
Better.
Yeah, I think it'll be one of those tracks that grows on you. Best thing about Kendrick Lamar, his first track on his last album that he releases a single, the most positive drinking song ever, in that it talked about the troubles of alcoholism and binge drinking in our youth. And then this one is just about over a great beat. Yeah, pull up, drank. And that was actually a genius way to get into clubs, right? Because that's pull up, drank, and everybody's like, yeah, drink. And then if you really listen, he's talking about just this whole generation of people that think that it's cool. Yeah.
That's a great song.
And then this one is just about loving yourself.
Uh-huh.
He's a fucking genius.
I love myself.
He hasn't done anything stupid yet.
I don't care what you say because I love myself.
He's a genius, I think.
Yeah.
And hopefully he doesn't get
this.
Hopefully
this next album is great.
Hopefully he doesn't go the Kanye route as a person, but as an artist.
Kanye's still putting out hits.
All right, that is it for us. I think we're going to close out with another Hall and Oates, or should we just keep a Philadelphia theme?
Why don't you play the Kendrick
or Bruce Springsteen?
Play Kendrick's new song.
You know what? I don't know if I have it on.
It's on Spotify.
Is it on Spotify already? Look at that. We'll hit you with a little bit of Kendrick Lamar. We closed out last week with Kendrick Lamar, but it's kind of one of those things.
Heat. It's got a great sample. I think you people are going to like it if you haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, so this is the new Kendrick. You guys, we're going to be in Philadelphia. I'm sure we'll have some interesting family stories to talk about. We're going to spend
another fall in Philadelphia.
It'll be our first fall.
Yeah.
Because Hall and Oates have
weathered many.
Yeah. But here's Kendrick Lamar.
I love you guys.
Talk to you guys next week. Love and peace. And I know it's a bye week, but who day?
Yeah, who day. Yeah, who day.
And God bless the Arizona State Sun Devils. All right. Next week. Adios.
This is a world. This is a world for me. This is a world for me.
I've been through a whole lot. Trial, tribulation, but I know God. Satan wanna put me in a bow tie. Pray that the holy water don't go dry, yeah. As I look around me, so many motherfuckers wanna down me, but enemy gon' never drown me. In front of a dirty double mirror, they found me, and I love myself.
The world is a ghetto, big guns and dick inside.
I love myself,
but they can do what they want when they want. I don't mind.
I love myself.
He said I gotta get up like it's more than suicide.
I love myself.
One day at a time, sun go shine.
Everybody looking at you crazy. What you gonna do? Lift up your head and keep moving. Or let the paranoia haunt you. Peace to fashion police, I wear my heart on my sleeve, let the runway start. You know the miserable do love company. What do you want from me and my scars? Everybody lack confident. Everybody lack confident. How many times my potential was anonymous? How many times the city making me promises? So I promise this. I love myself.
The world is a ghetto, big guns and dick inside.
I love myself.
But they can do what they want when they want. I don't mind.
I love myself.
He said I gotta get up like it's more than suicide.
I love myself.
One day at a time, sun go shine.
They wanna say it's a war outside, and a bomb in the street, and a gun in the hood, and a mob of police, and a rock on the corner, and a line full of fiend, and a bottle full of lean, and a motto on the scene, yeah. These days of frustration keep y'all on tuck in rotation. I duck these cold faces, post up, feed 5-4 for bases. Dreams are reality's piece. Blow steam in the face of the beast. The sky can fall down, the wind can cry now. The strong in me, I still smile.
I love myself. The world is a ghetto, big guns and pinky signs. I love myself. But they can do what they want whenever they want, I don't mind. I love myself. You said I gotta get up, life is more than suicide. I love myself. One day at a time, sun go shine.
Walk my bare feet, walk my bare feet. Down, down, valley peak. Down, down, valley peak. I love myself. 5-4 from feet, 5-4 from myself. Heart undone, my heart undone. I love myself.
The world is a ghetto, big guns and pinky signs. I love myself. But they can do what they want whenever they want, I don't mind. I love myself. You said I gotta get up, life is more than suicide. I love myself. One day at a time. Sun goes
Hold up, I went to war last night. With a heart of medic, but don't nobody call a medic. I'ma do it till I get it right. I went to war last night. I've been dealing with depression ever since I had a lesson. I can never hear the blessing. I can never see the message. I can never take the lead. I can never rub and weave from my negative and let it in my annihilate me. And it's out when I'm moving at a medium speed. Finna run into a building, lay my body in the street. Keep my money in the ceiling, let my mama know I'm free. Give my story to the children and a lesson they can read. And the glory to the feeling of the holy unseen. Seen enough, make a mother scream. I love myself. I lost my head. I must explain what the people say. Oh, me, it's a jungle inside. Yeah, I suffocate until the well runs dry.
This has been another great presentation by the 4-Eyed Radio Network. You can find more information at 4eyedradio.com.